gave him a chance tonight. I thought his run last start was some real good improvement. He chased home a pretty nice horse, Asbar Kid. I know Bully leading up to the previous start wasn't overly happy, but he just showed a really good sign last start. He's gone on with it tonight, and well done to you.
Thank you. Yeah, he went pretty good last start. I was pretty happy with his run. He only just got pipped for third. Tonight was a good step back down in grade for him, I thought, and I thought he was going to get a good run.
Got a beautiful trip. He probably didn't want to come out when you came out. I think you would have liked to have sat there a little bit longer.
I probably would have liked to sit there another 100 metres, but the horse was sort of not going anywhere in front of me, and I sort of had to make my move when I did.
Yeah, you made the right call, and it was a pretty long straight. Obviously, the windy conditions out there, it's going to be a little bit tough. A few of those horses looked like they were going to really come hard, and they sort of just paddled a little bit up the straight.
They did. There's a pretty strong headwind, so I don't think they're going to be getting home in any super quick quarters tonight.
Just did enough to hold the front and did the job.
Yeah, definitely. She's an ever so consistent horse, and I think she definitely runs her best races when she gets out in front like that. And you can dictate a little bit with her. She can run a really strong half, but probably just needs to get that breather that she got. A 30.8 quarter was pretty much going to make it nearly impossible to beat her, I think, from in front. But you know, her run last start, I was really happy with her, and she just got in a little bit of a scrimmage at the 600, which probably cost her running third or fourth. But yeah, her run was really good last start, Robbie.
First two quarters, you got away with it pretty cheaply.
Yeah, definitely. Like I just said, you know, if you can get away with it on her, she'll run a really strong half, and she probably switched off a little bit as I turned to the top of the straight. So if something was up outside her, I think she would have probably got home a little bit quicker again too.
Jody joins us after a wonderful performance here by Jack's Hawk. Always nice, I would imagine, when you jump on 2-year-olds as strong and as smart as Jack's Hawk, Jody.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. Clayton and Emma have had a nice opinion of him, and he only had the one trial that I drove him at, and he's had the 2 starts, so whatever he does, he's going to just keep getting better, I think.
Give you a good feel tonight. He was challenged. He sort of got crossed at the start, which always for babies can be a little bit unsettling. They sort of went pretty hard early, and you sort of had to hunt him up. There was a couple of moves that came from back in the field. So again, you've had to sprint him up, and then he got pressured, and he just kept responding, and that's a sign of a great horse. Exactly
right, Rob. I think you'll see the best of him when he's just sat, and he can come with one run, because Clayton thinks he's very quick, so I think that's probably when he gets into better races and they go hard, I think that'll suit him down to the ground. But in saying that, he showed good bottom tonight. Like, it's hard for 2-year-olds to go 27 down the back, and he just kept coming. He was sort of waiting for Michael's horse a little bit. He's just green, and he's just learning the caper.
To catch up with you again, Josh. It's been a little while since we've seen each other, but well done. You can put that down a little bit if you like, just so we can hear you nice and clearly. Great effort by Malcolm's Rhythm. Let's just talk about, firstly, coming into the race. He'd been off the scene for a long time. He was first up against a pretty hot field last week with Hurricane Harley and Lochinvar. The time off, what was the reason for that?
Yeah, so he had a break after the Breeders' Crown last year, and on return he's had a little lesion in his tendon, and we've just been rehabbing him back from that, and really he was probably ready to go about a month ago, but we've just taken our time, and yeah, unfortunately last week he got straight in with the big dogs, but he handled himself quite well, and I was a little bit worried about tonight. It was a tricky draw, a bit of speed to the inside, and you know, you draw the front line over the short at Melton, you kind of have to go forward, and I didn't really want to, but the way it panned out with John coming around, getting some cover, and being able to tip out around the turn, that was just perfect.
I'm not sure what you got told, Dave, but maybe tell us what the instructions were then.
Yeah, well, Robbie, it's a funny one. I had a little bit of a look at the form, and I didn't dive into it too deep, because I seen it was coming down from Mildura and hadn't been here all that long, so I didn't stress too much about it. And then Clayton just said, going out on the cart then, he said, don't be surprised if he runs a really good race. His work's been tremendous, and can't really fault him.
Well, it was $51 into about $8 or so, Dave. So it was a old-fashioned plunge that we haven't seen for a long time, but we love seeing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, obviously someone got lucky.
Tonight, as Dan alluded, you probably didn't have too many options of what to pick for her, and you've thrown her in the deep end. And I had a quick word with Sophia after the race. She said, Rob, we came here thinking she was underdone.
Here we were a bit concerned that, we'd been way too easy on her, and the reason she was here tonight is because she needed to get a run into her before, the Oaks coming up, and we just sort of had to put her in. And as you know, there's not a lot of options for her. She's put herself in this position basically because she's been so good. Tonight, she's probably all heart, and considering that we have been so easy on her, and she was great to the line, and there's a lot of improvement in her. If we, and I think she'll take a lot of benefit out of that. But it's a big thrill for me, and that's one for Brian in Queensland. I'm sure he's having kittens up there on the Gold Coast. All his mates will be at the pub, and to win a race named in the honour of his great mare, I'm sure he'll be super thrilled tonight, and as will Caleb and Laura. They'll be super excited and very proud of their little filly.
We tried to put the acid test on him to pick one of the three. He picked Pirate Bay. What he should have said, take the trifecta, because it's paid $600. So well done to the stable.
Yeah, well, I hope one of the relatives have had her throw out the stumps and got that trifecta. They're all nice, consistent horses, those three, and it was probably a matter of which one had the best run, and the early burn just probably took it out of Pirate Bay a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Your bloke, he's just dour. He just keeps putting his head down and keeps giving his all.
Yeah, he just keeps whacking away, and he's a sort of horse, he has to be at the front end of the field. And once they went quick and then slowed down, I thought I'd make a move, and it kind of just worked out perfect. He's a really nice, consistent horse. He's probably the sort of horse that come summertime as well, some of those weaker $14,000 country cups will be right up his alley.